Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Siu Chu So. I work for DBS Bank in Singapore. Thanks for coming to this session. And we'll be sharing with you the way we hire, the way we work, and the way we deliver the digital experiences to our customer. So, DBS started as the Development Bank of Singapore, but today we would like to be known more as a Digital Bank of Singapore instead. So how many of you know where Singapore is? That's where your president met the supreme leader of North Korea back in June. That's the city. Okay. So DBS is one of the leading bank in Asia. It is the biggest bank in Singapore with more than 50% of the market share. We are a relatively young bank. This year we celebrated our 50 years old with a new slogan that I will introduce to you later. A large part of our products and services are delivered digitally, and this is increasingly a part of our business model. I'm glad to inform you that actually this year we have been awarded as the Best Digital Bank of the Year in the world by Euromoney, and this is the second time we are recognized as such in 3 years. Apart from that, we have also been recognized as the best bank in the world by Global Finance this year as well. It's a goal that we have achieved prematurely. We thought we wanted to become the best bank in the world in 2020, but the Global Finance magazine decided to give us this award this year instead. So now we are thinking what we should aim for. And the new goal, actually, we said to our CEO, maybe we should aim for becoming the best tech fin in the world rather than the best bank in the world instead. And as such, actually, one of our big focus is how to create a 22,000 person startup. How we can create a culture that is nimble and creative to satisfy the changing needs of our customer. This is our CEO. His name is Piyush Gupta. He is a big believer of using technology to transform how we do business. So one of our key things is that we believe that our biggest competitor are not the other banks, but the other big tech fins, the big tech players who are increasingly coming into the payment space as well as the loan space that the bank are playing a big part in. And we believe that we need to reimagine banking to make banking simple, seamless, as well as invisible, to allow our customer to live more bankless. So we want to be remembered as the bank who wants you to live more of your life but spend less time banking. So that is our new slogan, live more bankless. To get there, clearly we have to be willing to re-architect our technology, not just at the surface, but also the guts of all our technology, and to get into the cloud-native architecture platform. And this is something that we are putting a lot of effort into since a couple of years ago. So we started our digital transformation journey more than 4 years ago, as we observed that the habits of our customer has moved increasingly to the digital channel. The way our customer communicate, consume, as well as commute are moving to the digital channels. And we believe that to be relevant, we need to move our products and services to the same channel as well. Our board has the view that the future for us as well as for our industry has to be digital. And if we do not lead the charge in this respect, we actually will become irrelevant. So we started the journey in 2015 by first insourcing all our technology. When we first started, more than 85% of our technology were outsourced to various technology providers. We used to be a bank that actually buy a lot of packages that is used across the board. We started to insource all of the support, the development. We started to build a deep technical bench strength within the bank to enable us to start to look into how we can use technology to change how we deliver solutions to our customers. And we completed that journey actually within 18 months. Within 18 months, we managed to insource 85% of our technology that was previously outsourced. And with this insourcing, we now have the capability to be able to look into how we should re-architect our platform. And the journey to re-architect actually began in 2016. We look at how we can convert all the monolith that we have into microservices to enable us to become more agile. We also look at how we can transform the way we work from waterfall to the agile way of working. We also look at how we can basically partner with Pivotal Labs. Pivotal Labs has been one of the key partners for us to transform how we write software, to introduce test-driven development, pair programming in how we do work. And we started to also leverage the Pivotal Cloud Foundry as a platform as a service into many of the things that we built from scratch for replacing many of the monoliths that were becoming end of life at a point in time. In 2017, we started to scale the same practice and platform across the whole bank into other departments. We do this by actually pairing the people that we have trained from the first few departments with the other departments in the bank. We have also actually started to, give back to the community in terms of sharing our experiences as well as what we do. And we started to build the engineering culture within the bank in terms of the modern engineering techniques. And in this year, we take it a step further by reorganizing both the business and technology into what we consider a platform organization model. This is actually a total shift of mindset as well as culture in terms of how we work within the bank. And this, to us, is very key to ensure that we become a true digital bank, whereby there is no boundaries between business and technology. Both business and technology are having the same goal in terms of revenue, in terms of technology architecture, in terms of scalability, and in terms of client experience. This is a journey that we have just started early this year. And the beginning part of the journey, we see huge benefit in terms of getting everybody together and tackling the key challenges that we have in transforming our platform from one of monolith to the cloud native. In our transformation, we want to create technology that is flexible, that will be able to support the changing needs of our customer. We also want to reimagine the customer journey, and we focus a lot in terms of the customer experience. At the same time, all the invisible features of the technology, such as the quality, the security, the maintainability of the platform, we want to make sure that all of these are automatically embedded within how we do work as part of the CI/CD pipeline that we have for every application that we build. And all of this is systematically enforced through automation. And lastly, for us, it is very important that the developer can focus on developing the business features rather than spending their time dealing with infrastructure matters and issues. So leverage of a platform as a service and frameworks is a key part of this whole journey. So as I said, we started with the Pivotal Cloud Foundry back in 2016. We have had great experience in terms of the leverage of this platform. Some of the examples, we managed to deliver faster time to market for our major releases, from 6 months for first major release to less than 4 weeks. We have also dramatically increased our release cadence by reducing our effort by 6 times and increasing the cadence by 10 times. More importantly, we can now enable self-provisioning of infrastructure for our developers, not having to wait for this to be done manually by our infrastructure team. And lastly, one of the key things that we emphasize in everything that we do is that we need to have stability and quality as well as maintainability in everything we build. And our experience with Pivotal Cloud Foundry has been that the platform is extremely stable. We do not have any outage anytime we implement a big change to production. And our track record has been that we have 0 minutes of downtime in the last 2 years that we have been live on this platform. So this is a track record that we still continue to maintain, and we are very proud to keep this going for as long as we are conducting this transformation. So an example of what we have built on top of the Pivotal Cloud Foundry is one of the API portal that we have launched in last year. This is the world's biggest API portal, banking API portal, when we launch it. It has actually got more than 200 plus API that is live, and we have actually onboarded about 60 plus partners who are actively experimenting with all these API to look at how we can make the bank more open using API technology. So this is the API is actually a very key part of our business to make sure that we can embed ourselves seamlessly in the journey of our clients. We are actively targeting e-commerce sites, property, car sites, and all of those events as part of our customers' daily life to embed the API so that the journey of buying a car, buying a property, making the payment, taking a loan, all of these are seamlessly embedded as part of the whole journey. So the platform has been live on Pivotal Cloud Foundry, and it is something that we are very proud of. So underpinning all of this transformation is a very focused agenda on sourcing and attracting modern tech talents. We have had to transform the way we hire. When we first started, we experimented with different ways of hiring people. We source from various different countries. We bring people into the office, we pair with them for half a day, and so on and so forth. But the result has been pretty mixed. Mixed as in actually we find that the culture fit of the people sometimes may not be there. The skill set that we are looking forward to may not be exactly the right match when the people start to work in the bank and so on and so forth. Then we thought about how we can actually allow the applicants as well as the bank to experience each other in a more holistic manner during the whole process of recruitment, and we came up with this idea of using a hackathon to do recruitment. And this hackathon, actually, we partnered with Pivotal, and we launched this hackathon both in India as well as Singapore last year for the first time. So the Hack to Hire is a hackathon focused on recruitment, and it has a 4-step process. We first started with applicants taking an online technical challenge on HackerRank, and different challenges are there for different kind of roles, whether it is a mobile app developer, a Java developer, and so on. Last year, we attracted more than 12,000 people who have taken this online technical challenge on HackerRank. From these 12,000 people, actually, we filtered to about 300 people. We invited for our 2-day hackathon. The hackathons were conducted in Singapore as well as in India, the location of our development sites. Of the 300 people who has been invited to the hackathon, last year we spent 2 days doing the hackathon. During the hackathon, the people are actually grouped into groups of 5 to 6 people. They are given a challenge of their choice to work on, but the prize of the hackathon is actually not the prize for winning solving the challenge, but a job. So the job is the prize of the hackathon. During the whole hackathon, actually, we have people from the bank, we call mentors, who are paired with each of the group of 4 or 5 people. And during the whole hackathon, the DBS mentors actually will observe the participants in each of the group to look at their skill set, their suitability for the positions that we have open. And at the end of the hackathon, actually, we select the people we would like to shortlist for interview. And the interview actually is conducted on the day itself of the hackathon. And the interview is a pretty holistic interview as well. It's a session attended by DBS employees as well as the HR. And at the end of the interview, the participant will be given a job offer if they pass through the whole interview successfully. So this has been the process, and actually we find that the hackathon is a very effective method for us to attract a big group of people from diverse background and industry. During this whole process, actually we managed to attract people from startups, from the gaming industries, from academia, from governments, as well as from banks. So, the typical profile of the people has been expanded a lot by opening up the event to people from any industry and any countries. And we managed to get a very holistic view of the candidates because as part of this whole hackathon, we managed to see how an individual will perform under stress, when they are tired, when they are placed to work with people that they have just met, and how they respond to working with strangers and so on. At the same time, actually, for the applicants themselves, it is a good chance for them to learn about the people at the bank because they will get to work with employees of the bank. They will get to learn about the culture of the bank as well as the work that the bank is undertaking as well as the projects. So it is a bilateral kind of process in terms of gaining a better understanding of what you are getting into before you sign up to be employee and employee of each other. So 2 years into the event and this program, it has been we have had great success, and we continue to be amazed by the impact that these developers can make when they join the bank from a different industry. And to us, this is something that we will continue to do. This year, we actually doubled the number of hires from this event. Again, we did the same event both in Singapore as well as in India, and we doubled the number of hires that we made from the Hack to Hire event. So to us, this is something that we continue to want to do, and we will continue to expand the remit of the jobs that we are hiring through this method, not just for developers, but also to Scrum Masters, product owners, and so on and so forth. So that's it. I think that's what I want to share this time. And one thing to note is that we are still hiring, and if you are interested, email us at the email over there. Thank you.